supply and demand. It's the foundation of real estate, just like any other market. And when you maximize buyer demand by ensuring maximum exposure for your home, you increase the chances of selling at top dollar. Hi friends and neighbors, I'm Brett West with the UrbanCastle team at Corcoran McEnearney in Washington, D.C. Today, I want to break down a real estate selling strategy that's raising some eyebrows. Something some brokerages are calling private exclusive. Now here's what happened. Last week, a new listing in my neighborhood caught my eye. Scratch that, it didn't actually hit the market. It went under contract immediately. Cute home. Naturally, I was curious, so I logged into Bright MLS to check it out. 1 day on the market, same day under contract. And here's the kicker. The buyer's agent worked for the same brokerage as the listing agent. Now, after 18 years as a real estate agent in our nation's capital, I've had plenty of conversations with home sellers, buyers, and realtors. And I can imagine the conversation the listing agent had with the seller to go something like this. We can sell your home as a private exclusive, limiting its exposure to the market and reducing foot traffic through your home because we work with buyers. Don't we all work with buyers and sellers? Still, sounds a little tempting, right? So private, so exclusive. Here's where things get interesting. A recent real estate market study by Zillow and the Harris Poll uncovered some shocking numbers about homeowners who didn't list their properties on the MLS. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Brett, you've criticized Zillow before, and you're not wrong. I've been skeptical of their Zestimate, the home value game, and for good reason. How many of you have ever checked Zillow for your home value estimate? Show of hands? Yeah, one thing you might not be so aware of is the struggle Zillow's own CEO had attempting to sell his home at the Zestimated price. Spoiler alert, Zesta miss. The home sat on the market, the home price dropped, and in the end it sold for 40% less than the original asking price. 40% less. That's why you should always work with a trusted local real estate expert to determine your home's true value, because an algorithm is not walking through your home. It doesn't see your renovations, your upgrades, and your unique selling points. And what an algorithm can't see in your home, it certainly can't see in other sold homes from which to draw an exacting conclusion about your home's value. But back to the study. Zillow partnered with the Harris Poll, a highly respected market research firm, to analyze the impact of off-market home sales. Harris Poll, for those of you who don't know, has been measuring facts and trends and consumer attitudes since 1956. I actually worked with the Harris Poll in my previous career, and I know their data to be solid. Results of the Zillow study: sellers who didn't list their homes on the MLS lost over $1 billion in potential profits over the last 2 years collectively. That's an average loss of nearly $5,000 per home sale. But in high-priced real estate markets, sellers lost even more, over $30,000 in some cases. Let that sink in. If you're a homeowner thinking of selling, would you knowingly walk away from $5,000 or $10,000 or even $30,000? That's real money. Money that could go toward your next home, your kids' college tuition, or a dream vacation. So if I'm selling my home, I want it seen by every potential buyer locally, nationally, and even internationally. Because the more eyes on my home, the higher demand, the stronger the offers, and the better my chances are of getting top dollar. That, my friends, is Real Estate 101. Now, I'm not saying private exclusives are shady or anything, but I firmly believe that maximum exposure leads to maximum value. Of course, there are exceptions. In Washington, D.C., we are full of high-profile professionals. I've worked with clients who work in diplomacy, law enforcement, and government security roles, where discretion is necessary. And in those cases, we take a different approach. But calling it a private exclusive just makes it sound fancier than it really is. I'm sure this information is not going to endear me to any of my colleagues in industry, but this ain't RuPaul's Best Friend race, okay? This is real estate, and sometimes the tried and true works better than the woo-woo. At the end of the day, the UrbanCastle team provides data-driven real estate strategies so our clients can make informed decisions that best suit their needs. Because knowledge is power, and when it comes to selling your home, you deserve every advantage.